It's Prepper. Guys, in this video today, it is time for another Battlbox review. This is going to be mission 30. And not only that, for those of you that has followed the channel for a very long time, Brother Brian has joined us again and is going to be with us moving forward throughout the future, doing reviews together. And I think this is going to be really nice to have a return back to how we used to do things on the channel. And so with that said, guys, we're going to do a box dump. And then me and Brian's going to take this piece by piece this month. Oh my goodness. Alright. So let's see the first thing that we've got on the list, brother. What you got?
First we've got the iodide tablets.
Alright. So, for those who are not in the know, me and Brian will swap back and forth on these here. This is potassium iodide, and in a nuclear event, obviously if you want to saturate your thyroid so that it doesn't receive a toxic dose of radiation, because you get dosage of radiation, you're going to be in a bad spot and bad things are going to happen to your body. The shelf life on these, I'm trying to think, I think it's a couple years, the shelf life that they say on it.
2025.
Dang. What are we at right now?
2017.
What is that?
8 years.
8 years. Dang. I said 2. There you go. You got 8. So that's a good run on that. But anyways, guys, everybody should have some of these if you're going to have a nuclear bag, or especially gear for a nuclear event. That's super imperative because if you're inundated with a high dosage of radiation, it's going to be game over. That is a $7 value on the card. And another thing that I forgot to do is if you just want to check out the card, there's going to be everything that we're going to review from the box this month. And forgive me because we will get this together going forward. All right, and brother, what you got next?
Next we have the Radiac wash towelettes. So with these right here, what you want to do is you want to avoid putting this anywhere near your eyes. It actually says on the back, says caution when using Radiac wash towelette for body decontamination. Keep away from eyes, mucous membranes, sensitive skin, cuts and abrasions, and flood the affected area with water. So if you have anything, or if you even suspect you've gotten radiation exposure, you use these type of towelettes and help wipe that off because it starts crawling into your skin very quickly. So these are definitely something that I would have in my bag, because once it's on you, it's a nightmare to get off.
And that is a $2.85 value on that item. What do we got next?
Nuclear War Survival Skills book.
Alright guys, first off, we get the ISBN number for everybody as usual. If you want to pick this book up. I have never seen this book before, but it's a Nuclear War Survival Skills. Okay. Life-saving nuclear facts, self-help instructions. All right, and I'll hold this here where we can go through and see everything. Right there, thickness of earthen structures, things like that as far as radiation getting through, communications, areas that can be affected, shelter, all sorts of stuff in here, guys. Oh, man. Building face shelter. There's tons of information in here, and there's how to build shelters, bunker material, proper ventilation. It's got the whole works in that right there. There's another shelter right there, example, to get down. So anyway, very interesting book. And if you get Battlbox, one thing that I've noticed, especially in the past year, and I want to give them mad props for this, and I'm not just saying this, is that if you notice the books that come with the content, it's always relevant. Like, I mean, the items that you would read about here, it's like, well, okay, flip the book open. What should I properly do with that? I mean, like, they always seem to take the time to put something of substantial value. That if you are going to pick it up and read it, I know everybody's time's precious anymore. We live in a modern society where social media dominates the day and everything going on. It's always something, if you are going to take the time and read, it's of substance. So that book is a $14.25 value.
Now, on the note of social media, books, you should have these anyway because should something nuclear happen, you don't have social media to run to for your answers. So at least if you have this and you've at least read through it for yourself, you'll have an idea of at least where to start once something like that were to happen. Then from there, once you've got the appropriate initial response taken care of, then you can go back to your manual for backup. So I definitely advise to have actual hard copies rather than just relying on discs and chips and internet.
Yeah, the digital age will die one day. So what do you got next?
The rad triage radiation does need covered.
Let's see, is this it? JP Laboratories. Yeah, I'll let you check that out, brother.
You want me to open that up?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Well, here's what it is. This might be something I've never had my hands on before.
I believe this is
Has a little user manual sheet in here. So,
okay. Guys, I've seen one similar to this before, and what goes down with this, and Brian's going to further explain to you in just a minute as he gets a better read on this, but as this is exposed to dosage of radiation, the meter will climb. So it's almost like a thermometer with somebody having a temperature. And now also believe the tags that I've seen like this in the past that they do encourage you, the one that I seen years ago, to refrigerate it. I don't know what the deal was with that, but to keep it cool, I guess, and to keep it from any heat or rays or anything like that put to it.
these are good for 2 years. Okay. Now, the heavier the exposure, then, like he said, the meter climbs, and it's got a sensor strip right here, and then right here is its reference. And the higher the dosage goes, the higher it climbs. Now, one is for ionizing radiation. It says it's got two monitors on there. One sensor central rectangular strip in the center monitors ionizing radiations above 50 MSV. I'm not as up on radiation as you are, brother. Yearly allowed dose limit for occupational workers in the USA. 2, a fit indicator located on the right hand end of the sensor with 4 to 9 dark dots, which monitors tampering, service life, and the effects of undesired ambient conditions. So, I guess you just wear these things?
Well, you hang the tag, from what I've seen before on, I can't remember if it was when I was volunteering for FEMA through CERT, but the tag, if you hang this, it's pretty much like if you were going to work in an area like that or something. I think that if you hung the flat badge, you can keep it on something like that, or you can just hang it, period, where you think that there would be exposure. And in a situation like that, like I said, it'll climb like a thermometer. But now the ones that I've seen in the past, for some reason I can't get it out of my head, but they encouraged you to, for some reason, refrigerate it. I guess it extended the life of whatever the contents was. But this is super important to have. I mean, if you lived near Fukushima today, oh my gosh, like I'd have one of these hanging in probably every room, because it's just the crazy stuff that people get exposed to. And anyway, guys, that's very nice to have.
These run for $19.99, so $20. You've got this that says it's good for 2 years from the issue date.
Right here it is. Yeah, right here on this tag it says it too. Sorry. Avoid prolonged exposure to heat and to UV and sunlight. So, if you're not using this current, like I said, refrigerator would be a great place to put it just for safekeeping. And that one also pretty
Maybe
much
in a
covers
black
it.
bag or something in there, because every time you open the door, that light's on.
Yeah,
the
the
light
light.
right on it.
Very good point.
So that's pretty cool. I've never actually seen this.
Yeah, I've only ran across that one other time, myself personally in the past. Okay, so
2 radioactive waste bags.
just in case, contaminated materials or clothing or things like that. Got something to put that in, dispose that with. I could totally see this hanging in the wall of a zombie apocalypse. No, I'm just messing. But anyway, there's some decontamination bags to put anything in it that you got in a situation. And those were free in the box this month.
Yeah.
And now that covers the basic box, which was a $24.99. Got the value at $44.09. Next up on the advanced box, what we got next?
On advanced, you have the Polish MC1 gas mask. There, sir.
Get the filter ready for you here. So, obviously, guys, we're not going to pop that one because once open, ready to start using. But here's the filter unit that Brian will be installing just momentarily here and demonstrate. And the value on that is $14.95.
At least have got a little bit of packing material in there. It'd be good for your eye. And now for a gas mask, on the Polish models in particular, your filter screws in right down there, kind of just down basically for your mouth. Some of the other models, like the US side of things, they screw down to the sides, and you can have ones that have twin cartridges where you can operate one, then the other. And that's so for a filter change out, you don't have to worry about getting contaminated. The way you set them up is you should always put your mask on, adjust the straps to fit you for a perfect seal. Then if need be, let's say you've got a little bit of facial hair, anything like that, you loosen up your bottom two straps. And then you peel that thing back off once you've made sure your seal is complete. So you put it on, cinch them all down appropriately, make sure you can see evenly from each of the eye holes. You're going to put your hand over the vent, the intake valve, excuse me, or put your hand over everything, you blow out, and it clears the mask. That puts anything that was in there, you just blow it out. Now what you should be able to do is with your hand over it, you breathe in, it should vacuum this thing to your face. So right here's for breathing in, right here's for breathing out. This is what they call dawn and clear. That's when you put the mask on, cover, and blow as hard as you can, and that's to push everything out of the mask so that it builds pressure, like a pressurized system, I'm sorry. If you just blow straight out, you're just blowing your air right through the valve, and whatever else is around the face is still in there. So you want to do that. And once you've had this thing adjusted to your face, like I said, you loosen the two bottom ones, peel that thing off so it's always ready to go in a pinch. So if you need it, you just grab it, strap, and cinch. Personally, I leave mine fully cinched and just fight with it to get it done.
Alright, demonstrate putting it on. Let's see. Guys, this is just for demonstrative purposes for the moment.
Wow, looks like it fits you pretty snug. That's like a perfect fit.
Ooh, I can tell it's a tight seal too, because breathing in, there's nothing to breathe during, because there's no opening. But guys, it's actually nice to have in a pinch. I mean, a lot of the older gas masks, we've actually had discussions about this before, the Desert Storm model ones, they used to be really readily available, like cheaperanddirt.com and stuff like that. And nowadays, a lot of the European World War II and post-World War II kind of Cold War era stuff, a lot of that's readily available nowadays, and a lot of people scoff at that. But I just want to ask the short question, is it better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have anything at all? So right there may save your life one day in case of a nuclear blast and you're trying to walk out of like New York City or somewhere like that. This would probably get you to the outskirts, just saying. So very nice little mask to help you along the way, and seen that a time or two in the past. And that was a $14.95 value. Now the next up is we've got the, I can't never pronounce
Seychelles?
Seychelles.
Would be Seychelles Radiological water filter straw. So if you are in a contaminated area and you've collected a water source and you're not 100% sure that it is safe, once you've gotten back to a non-contaminated area and you've deconned everything you've touched, your body, everything got to come off because you're just going to be knocking radiation all over the place. But your water source itself may still have radiation in it. That's where this would come into play. Keep your hands off of it, off of your water source. You use this, poke that in, and you can drink your water through that without actually sucking radiation down into your body. So you're not poisoning yourself from the inside out. It's just for the straw. That's definitely an essential item because in a radioactive environment, radiation causes heat. You will be very thirsty. And if you're wearing one of those, you're definitely going to be thirsty.
I believe that filter filters out 30 gallons. If you want to check on the spec sheet there real quick, brother. But I think that filter covers 30 gallons, which it's more than enough to get you out of a shady place in a pinch. And also the normal filters, the thing that people don't take into consideration is just like with cyprosporidium, giardia, junk like that, normal filters cover that. But when you're in a radiological, nuclear situation, things like that, it takes special things to filter that mess out. Does it not say 25 gallon? 25 gallon. If you need to drink 25 gallons worth of water before you get out of a bad spot, you may be a goner, just saying.
It says it removes up to 99.99% of the inorganic, organic, and radiological contaminants. So, it also is supposed to remove unpleasant taste, odors, cloudiness, silt, sediment, chlorine byproducts, toxic chemicals, trihalomethanes, PCBs, PCEs, detergents, pesticides, that's a big one.
Right.
Dissolved solids, heavy metals, arsenic, lead, mercury, copper, zinc, aluminum, chromium 6, and fluoride up to 90%. Radiological, gross beta, radon 222, alpha radium 226, uranium, plutonium, cesium 134 and 137. So that's a pretty heavy laundry list right there of things that it's going to do for you. Personally, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I've got one of those in my bag from the past, and haven't never got it out and toyed with it, and I hope I never have to use it. But I mean, for what it's built out to do, it's pretty impressive. Now there is a way that you flush that. The flush piece comes with it as well. But guys, that is
on this side of the paperwork. It'll explain everything to you.
And that's a $34.95 value, and well worth every dollar of it.
Absolutely.
Next up, we've got the Pro Box, and that's going to bring the value up to $153.94. And we've got a FT Lab Smart Geiger radiation detector with keychain. So I'm very curious to see what this fancy little smart device is here.
With a keychain Geiger?
That's what it's saying. Let's see what it says real quick. Gamma X-ray radiation measurement. User interface is a smartphone jack. Oh, that's awesome. Check that out. Just plug that in. Geiger.
So you plug that into like an earbud slot on your phone?
Oh yeah. Let's see if it works with. I'm trying to look and see how it works. Okay, you can check it out at the website at allsmartlab.com. I'm just looking to see the app download. Yes, it is for Android and iOS, so you can download it for both. That's super cool. See what it says. The method of measurement. You just plug in the smartphone jack. Once you've got initial setup, please refer to the app on the phone. Prevent vibration and do not apply in. Yeah. So I mean, pretty much, guys, just plug that in after you've downloaded the app, and it can measure the radiation around you. So that's really cool, and you keep it on your keychain. You never know in a pinch when you may need to pop that out.
So you end up in that shady situation where you go, oh dear, did this just happen? You just hook that sucker up, and that one's $34.95. So that's not a bad deal. Most stuff like that I figured would be a lot more expensive than that.
And right there is the app on the back. You can see the meter running. It's a really neat device, guys. I did not know that something that compact exists. It's very, very compact. That's actually the smallest Geiger meter I've ever seen. What you got next, brother?
Next, you have the nanohex colloidal silver. So what can you tell me about colloidal silver?
Well, for those who are not aware about colloidal silver, for one, a lot of people do make their own generators and make it, but nowadays there's so many companies that manufacture it now that I would encourage you to just purchase pre-made colloidal silver. I actually own a colloidal silver generator. I'm just saying it's a lot safer, a lot easier just to buy it. And you're talking natural antibiotic. You know, and when the Black Plague was taking place, they found that a lot of the people, the Spaniards that eat off silver spoon, there's that whole blue bloods thing. Well, there's a lot to that because the silver actually is a natural antibiotic, and people didn't figure out until later that it was the mites that was on the mice itself, and or the rats, and not actually the rats causing the plague. So anyway, in a pinch, that's a great natural antibiotic, and honestly, everybody should have colloidal silver put back, because if you don't have essential oils, if you don't have antibiotics put back, period, this is a supernatural antibiotic, and you can't go wrong with it.
So for adults, you'd take 1 to 3 teaspoons of this a day, and children is half a teaspoon a day. Swish contents in mouth for 30 seconds before swallowing. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where silverware got its big statement from. I mean, you had the original melted down from silver coins, but the reason they did that was because it was a natural antibacterial. People that ate off of that as opposed to wooden utensils got sick a lot less often.
Yeah, and they didn't even know that they were actually using the antibiotic. Just one last note on that before we move on. A lot of kings and people in the ancient world, they ate off silver platters and drank out of silver goblets and things like that. There's a lot of importance that people just don't know. And that, guys, is nanohex colloidal silver, and that's a $25 value.
That's 12 ounces, and for an adult, 5 milliliters per day. Kids is 2.5. So, do the math. That's gonna last you a while. And
next up, we've got, lastly, on the Pro Plus, the Knife of the Month Club. So this brings this box's value up to $303.94. Is the Nuke folding knife design by Leon Ma. And I'll let Brother Brian open that up there and show it to you. That's a $150 value on that knife.
Turn it this way so you can see the name. Looks like it has a fob light in there as well. Hands down in there. So here's a keychain fob light.
Very cool.
As for the knife, that's really neat.
Oh yeah, it's got the nuclear symbol in it, guys, right there. I bet that glows in the dark too.
That does, I can tell you right now.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. It's
cool.
got it lined all throughout the frame. I don't know if you can see all this. Here, let me just pull this out. There we go. See down inside the frame? It's going to glow, and that's going to help you be able to actually see everything, even in the dark.
Looks like sharpness test will be easy with this one. I'm gonna give it a whack there.
No way, yes sir. Thank you. That's some pretty sturdy stuff.
Yeah.
You can see how it springs right back, and that thing just went through that like it was nothing.
Yeah, it's a nice blade.
That is, and you've got a nice deep finger guard right there, so you're not going to slip forward and eat your finger off. That's a well-designed knife. It's very solid built. I see you got the full spine that glows as well. This right through here on the back of the handle, all that's going to glow in the dark, so that's going to be easy to locate if you're in the dark and you need to. I'm willing to bet that maybe what this right here helps to do is to charge that bad boy up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah, it's going right now. Oh, that's epic.
Oh wow, you really can see it.
That's very cool. Hang on, we'll get the nuclear symbol here for you guys. Oh, check that out.
Oh wow. Hey, you know what? Let me turn the light off just for aesthetic's sake. Oh wow.
That's an
There we
incredibly
go.
awesome knife.
So like I said, you should have no problems finding this thing in the dark. Let's just charge her on up.
And so, guys, that pretty much concludes the box this month. Like I said, that come to a total of $303.94. So, very good payback on your box. I mean, if you paid all the way up to Pro Plus, it's going to be double back. Honestly, if you've gotten Battlebox the past couple months, there's no reason you should be disgruntled. Because man, they have like literally knocked it out of the park this past couple months, and it just gets better and better all the time. I did not see them doing a nuclear box. This was really cool. Honestly, the coolest item in the box, I think, is a smart Geiger. The fact that you can use an Android or iPhone, that's super awesome. And with that said, is there anything you want to say before we finish, Brian?
You know me, man. I'm through and through a knife kind of guy. This is epic. I have to say I'm very impressed. I've not seen something like this done. I really enjoy the fact that you get this little fob to where you can make that thing glow, because you end up in a dark situation, you're going to want to be able to see the knife. And that thing, you even have an insanely heavy clip on there that's not just going to snag on these little things, break it off, which it looks like that's reversible to either side. This is a very well thought out design. I don't see anything about exactly who makes it. It just says it's a Leon Law design, so I don't know if they actually make it themselves or how that goes. I mean, I know it's Nuke, but there's so much that goes into who makes a knife, and I'll leave that for another time. It's probably my favorite piece of the.
Yeah, well, guys, if you enjoyed this review, come back monthly, because Brian's going to be joining me from now on. We're going to make sure and go over these items and enjoy doing reviews together. Until we see you again here, 7 times, as always, I hope you have a most blessed day. Eat.